how do you train while you're on vacation? Actually, vacation is not for training. Or if you're on business, right? So I guess, how do you do that? Do you have any ideas or like any tips if you're training or you're traveling and you want to train?
Right.
What do you do?
So the first thing I do is Google whether or not there's a pool that I can go to.
Google search. Google search is good.
Yes. Especially if I have any friends in the area. Sometimes I hit up some social media and ask some of my friends in the area.
Social media.
Yeah, say, hey, where do you swim? Do you think I could stop in?
So you're going to like London, and it's like, hey guys, I'm going to London next week. I need a pool to swim at.
Yep.
Nice, nice.
And then see if I can get any suggestions. But sometimes you can't. So you might be limited to a hotel pool.
Hotel pool. Okay, I like it. I like it. So I have some training ideas for if you're at a hotel pool.
Tell me how you do it.
Well, first, have you ever swum at a hotel pool, like for serious lap training?
I have. I've done actually some warm-ups for meets in hotel pools.
Okay, there's a story here. Give me a story when you did. What meet was it? What was the pool? What city?
Yeah.
What was the temperature of the water?
Right. So in high school, we would do this when we went to high school states. So in Michigan. So we did this all over for different, like we go to Eastern and stuff, and there'd be just a pool in the hotel we were staying at.
Wait, at Eastern? Wait, what pool? What pool?
Maybe it was at Oakland. So
Oakland,
we would stay in a hotel for Oakland University's pool.
Got it.
And then we would go to the hotel pool beforehand because before breakfast we wanted to get like just a splash in. So we'd do like a 20-yard. Actually, it was probably like a 20-foot pool. It was more fun than anything. But yeah, so we just probably splash around for 15 minutes and go eat breakfast before we did a real warm up in for the state meet.
All right, so I have some good stories of how to train in the pool. So last week I was in Colorado Springs at SwimBiz, and the hotel had a 10-yard pool. It was 10 meters. I measured it out by my feet.
Okay.
It's a 10-meter pool, and I think a lot of people when they go to a hotel pool, they're like, "Oh, I can't swim because it's like it looks like it's too small. Like, how can you actually get a real workout in when the pool is so small?" And I think I got a pretty good workout in. So I did. What you have to do is you have to treat the pool not much different than you actually would like a 25-meter or 25-yard pool. You just have to be aware that you're going to push off the wall and not end up swimming as much as you would. You know, the ratio of pushing off the wall to swimming is a lot different.
Streamline, or?
Yeah, so I don't exaggerate like my push. I'll try and pop up right away. I'll still push off and streamline, but I'll try and make sure I get a few strokes in before I have to do the turn. So the way I do it, I'll do like an actual workout, but I'll adjust the workout to the pool size. So if normally I was gonna do like 450s freestyle, so in a 25-yard pool or 25-meter pool, you'd go there and back to do a 50. In a 10-meter pool, you'd have to go 5 lengths. So when I did a set of 450s freestyle as my warm-up, and I did 5 lengths instead of 2 lengths. So I actually did 450s.
Just a little bit of math.
Just a little bit of math. And then I also took a lot less strokes, but it allows you to do maybe a shorter rest interval. So you're not resting as much because you're pushing off the wall so frequently. If anything, pushing off the wall is actually a lot of work. I think it's underrated how much work pushing off the wall is. Yeah.
You get a little less air.
Yes, and then kicking. When I did the next set, I did 450s kick, so 5 lengths because it's a 10-meter pool, and I didn't push off the wall. So I would just start kicking. So I actually kicked like 50 meters. And then it was fun because I did breaststroke and I didn't do a pull out. Right, no pull out. Yeah, so it's 10 meters. So I did push off the wall, 2 strokes, push off the wall. And actually it's really exhausting because you spend half the time underwater. So I think when you're in a pool that's only 10 meters, you can still get, oh, Paige just joined the show. What's up, Paige? What's going on? Okay, so we have Gigi saying, hey, from Florence, Alabama. Thoughts on the TYR Pro swim series. All right, so I was looking at the results just briefly. This is an interest. You didn't see any results? Okay. So I can't, like, I'm not as nerdy as I used to be at this stuff. I used to look at the results all the time. But from what I could tell, this is kind of the point in the season where everyone's starting to fine-tune their race strategy because we're, the selection meet for the summer, like, Pan-Pacific Championships is what the U.S. will compete in. So a lot of people are trying to figure out what events they have the best shot at making the team. None of the time's really that impressive, to be honest. Like, I mean, it's early. I think leading into nationals, which will be the selection meet, everyone will go fast at that. This is pretty early still. I think there's probably 1 or 2 more Grand Prix actually. So I think that's where the big stars like Caleb Dressel and a lot of the other people, and Katie Ledecky, they'll show up to those meets.
Do you know
I think there's one in California, Santa Clara, and then the Charlotte Grand Prix. So there's 2 more at least. So that should be pretty exciting. But let's go back to our topic of. Actually, you know what? We have another question. Let's check it out from Steve. Says, have not swum for years. Can't take the jolt of the cold. There are lots of articles written on how. Please tell me how you overcome this issue. Oh, whoops. I shouldn't have clicked on that. All right, let's talk about the jolt of getting in cold water. Oh, and we have a guest on the show. Mike's joining the show. Get him the show, man.
You're gonna be fresh through security.
So you're gonna pop up on Facebook Live. I think only your head's gonna pop up on the DSLR. Right. It's fine. All right. So how do you get in cold water? Let's pivot the topic here. How do you deal with that?
Get in before I have a chance to think about it is my strategy usually. Yeah, I get there and I just jump in. If you think about it, it's just gonna hurt more.
But it looks so cold though.
Just don't look at it.
As soon as you get fully submerged, you're good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Experience.
Yeah. So no easing in.
So what if you can't dive in? Like if you're in a pool that's shallow on both ends, like an LA Fitness or any other fitness center or a Y, like how do you cope with sliding in and then pushing off?
I just do it as fast as I can, safely, of course. Safety first.
Oh God. Okay, so the way I do it, it's like tearing off a Band-Aid. So I really don't. I normally like to jump in, feet first, but I'll do like a sideways. Like I'm not diving in, but I'll kind of like side smack into the water, and I'll try to do like a few steps, like a lunge into the pool. So that way it's like as if I'm doing like a cannonball, but not really. I don't know if I explained that very well, but basically I'm trying to do like something where I'm not just jumping in and then I stop moving.
Right, yeah.
Like I jump in like really crazy and then I swim right away.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
Well, I get in, I put my feet in first and then I just kind of scoot in and then fully submerge myself.
Dude, I've seen you at the Y. You go right from the locker room and you're in the water within like 15 seconds.
It's true.
Yeah.
There's
I want to get my workout in.
Like you get in so you can get out. Dude, I have to like visualize like myself swimming, and like I have to think about the workout. I think this is like the culture of swim teams. Like, didn't you you'd be at the pool for like 15 minutes before getting in?
Yeah.
And then
chatting with your friends.
And then the coach comes out and then he has like a 5 to 10 to 20 to 30 minute powwow.
Yeah, freaks out about the main set and then.
Yeah, and then the workout's written. That's the worst thing ever when the workout is written on the board. Oh my God. No, like literally you walk into the pool and you get in like immediately. I never see that.
Yeah, I'm way newer to swimming than these guys. I didn't grow up swimming, so I mean maybe it is a cultural thing. I just want to get my workout in.
What do we got?
Paige wants to know about the white sport coat look. Why, thank you. We do look dashing, don't we? So this is like the brand of MySwimPro.
Yeah.
It's the professional, semi-casual. What is it called? Business professional. What do they call that?
I don't know the names of.
It's chic. It's like the attire is chic. It's we wear it everywhere we travel
and
to.
Clean,
it's a clean look. It's a white and blue. What do you got on? He's not wearing blue, but it's fine.
Still
it's
before
good.
Labor Day.
You got to get in the DSLR. Show the fans what the style is.
Yeah,
check that out.
I got the blue. I missed the memo.
No, it's good.
You're not too blue. I don't know.
Well, I got a little bit of blue.
You got a little blue.
I spilled some coffee earlier, but.
Oh, okay. So not too clean either. All right.
Yeah, no. So the white sport coat's sort of the trademark MySwimPro professional look. Normally, sometimes we'll have the T-shirt with the swim icon on the chest, kind of like Iron Man. We try and be superheroes, but otherwise it's normally the whites. Oh, business casual. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, and Gigi is asking, favorite backstroke turn, most efficient. Actually, we were talking about the backstroke turn.
Yeah.
So when you're doing backstroke, there's the, before you were not allowed to do a flip, so a somersault, so you'd have to actually touch on your back, and then you could do a backflip or turn on the wall. And then 20 years ago, they changed it so you could actually take one freestyle stroke on your front, do a freestyle somersault, and then push off. And then there's also, and that's what everyone does now, and that's the fastest way. But then for backstroke to breaststroke in the IM, you have the crossover turn or the backflip. So instead of touching on your back, taking a breath, and then pushing off on your stomach, you can do a backflip. So you touch on your back, do a reverse somersault, and then you push off.
Sounds pretty fancy.
It's pretty fancy.
I would
You
say
don't.
it's pretty hard to execute.
Yeah, like you don't. That's sort of if you're doing the 100 or 200 or 400 IM and you're trying to really like drop a lot of time.
Yeah.
Not a lot of time. Like you're already pretty fast.
Shaving off like
and you're
100. I mean,
yeah,
tens.
you're trying to drop like 0.1. I would say that's when a backflip or a crossover turn is faster. Otherwise, if you want to drop that 0.1, you're better off just doing another IM workout. Like if you just do one more training session that's IM focused,
I agree.
You'll probably drop more than 0.1 just from the one training session as compared to doing the turn. If you watch any elite IMer, they're going to do the crossover these days.
I find it pretty hard.
Yeah.
You don't get as many like breaths. I feel like you're like a little bit. You're going backwards.
You're going into oxygen debt, less oxygen. But also, so the other reason why I think it's a little bit faster is when you do a bucket turn, the backflip or a crossover, it puts your feet higher on the wall. So when you push off for the pullout, you're automatically set up better.
Down.
Yeah. Versus if you do the open turn and your legs swing sideways, then you're pushing off like parallel. Which for the breaststroke pullout, you want to be set up a little bit deeper. Steve, no problem.
Someone asked, where are we flying today? Did you already go over that?
Yes.
Tell us, Mike. Where are we going?
You tell us.
Where are we going?
So we're going to Kansas City.
Kansas City, Missouri.
And we're going to go speak with Garmin about developing for the Garmin watches. So all you Garmin users, we are working on improving our app, and we would love you to test it out. Go to the Connect IQ store, download it, swim with it, and let us know your feedback and everything about that.
Feedback.
All right, so before you got here, we were talking about swimming in hotel pools. Have you ever swum a real workout in a hotel pool? Like for exercise?
I don't know if I mean, I've swam in a hotel pool, but I don't know if I've ever done a real full workout in one.
What'd you do when you went to the hotel pool?
Just kind of did laps back and forth. You know,
that counts as a workout.
Yeah.
If you how many like
if you're going back and forth, you're not
did you go? So did you go for time or did you go for distance?
Time.
Yeah. How long did you go?
Maybe half an hour.
Woo!
Wow, that's a long
That's
time.
like a real. That's a real workout. 30 minutes of any cardio activity. Oh my God. No, we were saying like there's big differences. If you push off the wall and you go too far, then you're not actually swimming very much. So like it's helpful to streamline but not overdo it. And then on kick, when you're trying to kick, like if you don't push off the wall, you get the full distance of the pool kicking. So if it's a 10-yard pool and you do 5 lengths, that's like 50 yards of kick.
Yeah.
But you didn't actually. But if you don't push off the wall, it's also good breath control if you train in a hotel pool because
you're underwater so much.
Yeah, you're underwater for theoretically 50% or more. And most likely, if you're swimming in a 25 or 50 meter pool, you're probably not 50% of the time underwater. Oh, the other thing that's sick about hotel pools, there's a hot tub right next to the hotel pool. There's almost always, if there's a pool, there's almost.
Good for cool down.
I think warm down. I don't know about. Have you ever gone hot tub first and then?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It loosens up the muscles. I don't know. It's like stretching, but
yeah, but like I never.
This is not medical advice.
Yeah, we're not doing that. But like if you go in the hot tub first, then why would you go in the big pool? It's cold.
Well, I don't know.
It goes back to that question of like the cold.
It's like if you want to warm up, but you don't want to actually do the laps. Your body's all warmed up already. Your muscles are warmed up.
That's true. I do know someone who he'll go to the hot tub first at his pool before getting in the actual pool because that way he doesn't have to deal with the cold water issue.
Oh yeah.
So he looks forward. Yeah, but like no, just like getting in the water. Period. So he looks forward to going to the pool because he knows it's going to be enjoyable the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So he'll go straight to the hot tub.
Whatever it takes to get you in the pool, I say.
Yeah, he goes straight hot tub. If you guys are watching on the live, let us know any questions before we sign off.
What do you guys do when you're traveling somewhere and there's not a pool? There's no hotel pool. You don't have a pool to go to. No friends.
I mean, Mike does laps in the office, so maybe he can speak better. I see him. Actually, both of you guys are doing like you're moving your arms. You're doing swimming.
Yeah, that's for work.
It's weird. We'll be around the office, people looking at us strange. We're going like this. Testing out.
You gotta get that in the camera. Get closer. Let me see. How do you do that again?
Yeah. So this is the technique for swimming while you're walking. That's great.
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty
Okay.
awkward, but.
Oh, so to answer your question, so I mean, there's a number of different. Dude, you look hilarious in the live stream. To answer your question, there's a lot of different dryland stuff you can do. It depends on how long you're going to be away from the pool. So if you're going to be gone for a week and you want to make sure you get in a workout, there's cords you can do, like the elastic cords. You can mimic the actual stroke. There's different dryland regimens, whether it's even push-ups or body weight squats, sit-ups, V-ups. And there's a lot of like basic Dryland you can do. And then there's also like cardio. So if you have a gym in your hotel, you know, you can do a lot of that stuff in the gym of the hotel. So even if it means getting on the bike and just cycling for 20 minutes, it's not the same as swimming, but it'll give your body an aerobic, you know, cardio. Depending on how hard you go on the bike, it can give you a still pretty good
I like to go for a
workout.
run.
You can go for a run.
Yeah, that's like the best way. That's my favorite way to see a new city that I'm going
That
to.
too, yeah.
Looking forward to running in Kansas City. I've never been there, so it's a good way to explore.
I
Brought my
mean-
running stuff. Got my running shoes on right now.
Thanks.
For comfort, because we're traveling.
I mean, I didn't do that, but
Not
yeah.
please.
So let's say you can't run though, and you're like, that's why you swim, because you can't run.
Right.
So you're stuck in the hotel. What are some basic Dryland activity? Planks. Oh, I didn't mention that one. What's a plank?
It's where you, well, I can't demonstrate because we're not close to the ground, but it's where you hold your body up like you're doing a push-up, but you don't go down. You're just planking. That is a self-described.
So you do planks. Now, Paige just asked a question. Is it better to get in a couple of full, long workouts while traveling, or is it better to do every day for a shorter period of time? So let's say there's two versions. So the swimming version and the non-swimming. So let's say you're going to do planks. Do you think it's better to do an hour of planks, or do like once, or to do like a little bit of Dryland every day?
I would do a little every day.
Break it up, yeah. I
Especially
agree.
because you probably run out of Dryland material after
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it could get pretty boring.
Yeah, consistency is the most valuable component of any type of fitness, whether it's swimming or whatever. So if you can get into a pool every day, it's better to do like 20 minutes of pool swimming every day rather than like 1 hour once, because you'll get a better feel of the water. Now, granted, it's hard because, you know, time-wise, you're traveling for a reason. So if you can only get in once for an hour, that's still better than not getting in at all.
Yep, I agree.
Definitely. But if you can, like, if you have access to even if it means if you have like a 1 hour real workout in a real pool, and then you do 2 more small sessions in a hotel pool, even though it's a 10-meter pool, you'll still get a better feel of the water, and then you can complement that with like Dryland in your hotel room or in the gym of the hotel. So, and Henry Miles just joined. What up, Henry?
Hey, Henry.
What's up? What's up? All right, so we're not permitted to do hypoxic workouts at the university. Your thoughts on the importance of hypoxic workout? Okay, so Gigi asked a question about hypoxic. So that means like breath control, where you're doing swimming or underwater stuff where you're not breathing at all. Really, this should be done only under the supervision of a swim coach. You should never do something like that alone.
A lifeguard.
Yeah, there's got to be a lifeguard. There's got to be instruction, and really the goal of that. Hold on, wait a second. Airport people are talking. 1 sec. They need a passport. Okay, we'll send the memo. So yeah, you should only do hypoxic training with a coach, and then the goal of the hypoxic training should be very specific. So there's no point of doing repeat 50s underwater, right? So, but if you do like 10-25s where you go half underwater kick, and they're on a reasonable interval, where you can really focus on the skill of underwater kicking, that's where underwater and hypoxic training can come invaluable. It's not safe, and it's not going to do you anything if you just go underwater hundreds on repeat, right? It's very dangerous.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, we definitely want to be careful with the underwater training. And if you look at like the best swimmers in the world, like Michael Phelps or Caleb Dressel or Lochte, like their coaches say that they don't do any of that crazy hypoxic work. They do a lot of breath control. So those sets where they'll do like 850s where they're going halfway underwater on everything, but they're not doing just,
Or like
we're gonna,
no breath first half or something.
yeah, they're going like underwater for one length, you know, but it's very controlled, it's very specific, and there's a coach watching them. So, you know, they're not mindlessly just going underwater for the sake of going underwater and seeing how far they can go. So safety first. Mike, we got to get you to do some underwaters. It's coming.
Yeah, I definitely need to work on my breathing for sure too.
It's coming.
But your walls are
Underwater
great.
kick.
Your walls are amazing. Guys, this is like the best beginner swimmer flip turns I've ever seen. No joke.
Well, I just learned how to do them like a couple months.
And how hard was
so-
it? What was the process of the flip turn?
It wasn't that bad. At the beginning, I was missing a lot of them. I kind of had to get the timing and the distance from the wall right, but like now it's no problem.
And
for
so
the most part.
maybe like give advice on doing a flip, like the fear of getting into a flip turn for the first time, for like first time people.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people feel more comfortable just doing
Maybe like a selfie.
a wall turn.
Here, give more of the frame.
But yeah, basically the way that I trained up for it was doing a couple flips in the water without touching the wall, anything like that. Just get used to that for a while. You might get dizzy first couple times. And then just like don't swim up to the wall, just get right next to the wall and try doing a flip turn. And then once you get past that, you can start practicing pushing off the wall, still not swimming up to it. And then once you pass that, you can start swimming up to it. And then just do it like every time in your workouts. Don't do your wall turns anymore. And like if you just keep doing it enough, you'll get it down.
All right.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. And on that note, we're going to sign off for the Ask a Swim Pro show. You ask questions, we have answers. All right, we'll talk to you guys next time.